When we started the America's Best Communities competition, it actually started with a $26,000 local infusion, local investment. Because the way the competition was set up was that each community was supposed to raise at least $15,000. Most cities had the city council or the Chamber of Commerce make the contribution. We decided, let's reach out into the community and let the community participate. Now that defines Huntington. And we raised more money than anybody else, and it was only $26,000, but it was more than anybody else did. But here's the key. This would have been around 2015, raised $26,000. To date, that $26,000 has leveraged $55 million of investment. So everything that we do, I look at it from the perspective, if we get something, what's it leveraging? So what is Marshall Rising? What is that leveraging? If raised $150 million, now that's a sizable amount. But if you just follow a 10-to-1 ratio of leverage, that's $1.5 billion. Now, if anybody had ever said 26,000 to 55 million, that's over a 2,000% return, 2,000% leverage. Frankly, if we could come in and do something like that with 26,000 and we're not finished, I fully expect that we're going to have several $100 million of investment. But the reason that we are going to have several $100 million of investment in the community is because of the presence of Marshall University. Marshall is the heartbeat of Huntington. But here's how things have changed over the years. It was always Marshall University in Huntington. Marshall University is now a national university. It's a research institution. It isn't a Huntington and Cabell County college. We're a regional university with a national platform. And the fact is as we're sitting here looking at all that we're doing, $150 million was a wonderful, wonderful accomplishment. But where we actually see what our opportunity is and whether we really have stepped up to actually compete on the world stage, what's that $150 million going to turn into? How many billions of dollars of investment, of leverage is that going to be on Huntington, on Cabell County, on the tri-state area, on the state of West Virginia, on Appalachia, and the nation, as well as the world? So are we ready to step up and put our grown-up pants on? I think we're there, and it's now up to us to prove it. Now, I'm the mayor of Huntington. I'm a graduate of Marshall. Frankly, everything about Marshall affects every life that has come through and had any interaction whatsoever with the university. But it has an impact on people who live here. It has an impact on people who come here and interact here. But we are a global citizen. And Marshall Rises and enables Marshall University to change the world. And that means every one of us have the opportunity to change the world. So what I would simply ask, as we have been giving money, now the commitment has to be, what are you willing to continue to do? Not just give, but how are you willing to participate and contribute to the global mission of Marshall University? I had someone visiting my wife Mary and me recently. He's not from here. came in to watch a play that Mary was directing. Let me give that little plug. And I was taking him through, showing him Marshall, and I pointed out to him, my family moved to Huntington in 1972. First time I'd ever been to Huntington, first time I ever stepped foot on Marshall. But Marshall was 16th Street, Hal Greer Boulevard to 20th Street, 3rd Avenue to 5th Avenue. That was it, landlocked. I was pointing out to him that as the university has grown, then it has gone into the residential areas around. We have the engineering school, we have the medical schools. We're sitting out at Cabell Huntington Hospital at St. Mary's. We have the pharmacy school coming into Huntington on Hal Greer Boulevard. We have the Visual Arts Center downtown. I mean, the reality is the reason that Huntington is growing, the reason that Huntington is becoming known as the most dynamic downtown within a 150 mile region is because of Marshall University. Downtown with a visual arts center. That is a metaphorical power plant right in the middle of downtown, and somehow we figured out how to plug into it. And look at all the public art, the banners that are hanging in the street, the sculptures of the Artisans Express. Our art students from here and throughout the region have come in. They might not even be graduates of Marshall, but they've been affected by Marshall. Fact of the matter is that we are a regional medical center. And because of St. Mary's and because of Cabell Huntington, why are they growing the way they are? Because of the Joan C. Edwards School of Medicine, because of our healthcare professions, because of the pharmacy school. You just continue to look. I was asked earlier today, so where do you see us 5 to 7 years, 10 years and beyond? It's all depending upon what we're able to do through research at Marshall University. On the other side of Marshall, where the High Lawn area is, where ACF Industries and Flint and Pigments used to be, all of that is being redeveloped. Why? Because we have property right next to Marshall University. Again, thinking of a power plant, plugging into that creates economic opportunity. Now, it's not economic opportunity just for Huntington. Why would we ever just shoot so low? If we're doing this and doing it effectively, we're doing it in such a way that it helps the region. Southern Ohio, Eastern Kentucky, Southern West Virginia, all of West Virginia, Appalachia, because of Marshall University. That's the key. The growth that we have had in the years and how we have gone on. We have campuses in Charleston. We have campuses in Point Pleasant. This is not a little teacher's college in Huntington, West Virginia anymore. Back in those days, we had grown from an academy. Well, all these years later, once again, this is a global institution that's having an effect in Europe, in Asia, in South America, in Antarctica, everywhere. The fact is that what we have right now is we have a footprint in Huntington that reaches out and touches the world.